Okay, I don't know what's going on with that. Let's finish with what we started here. You already know I have interruptions usually. Okay, medical records will show things. The past. This happened a long time ago, y'all. This is kind of spooky. And yes, there was a deal made, okay, between her and this other person that planned their demise. All right, let's see if we can get some more information with our other cards. I'm so sorry for the interruption. Okay, we kind of feel where this is going. We have a good sense telepathically picking up Lizzie's energy and speaking with her about some things that now y'all know I don't usually channel murders and stuff like axe murders and that, but I feel in this case there's an exception to the rule due to her circumstances of, you know, her not being in her right mind when she did this. You know what I mean? Okay, this is very good and this is very spooky. This came out. So, projecting rather than reacting and projecting my emotions onto others, I remember no one is to blame. No one is responsible for the emotions that I feel. When someone says or does something that brings up strong emotions within me, I have the choice in how I respond. Now, Lizzie, that was for you because, yes, I do feel you were projecting very much so. Very much so. Okay, that makes a lot of sense as far as the case and as far as her situation goes. We have to be careful. I know her situation is terrible. I know. But how we project those emotions and feelings, okay? I know it's terrible. I can't imagine. You did lie, though. You were being a liar about what happened and what went down that day, okay? But I feel your father was a liar, too. And what he did to you is unexcusable. And it is shameful. And I'm so sorry that happened, Lizzie. I don't feel bad about your energy. Yes, your story's spooky. Yes, an axe murderer is spooky, right? But going into your story, with knowledge comes understanding. With understanding comes great wisdom. Okay? I feel like when we have knowledge and understanding of situations, then we can look at it from a different point of view. Instead of looking at it like, oh, she's this crazy axe murderer. You know what I mean? So I want to have a light conversation with you. I usually do not channel stuff like this, y'all. And I usually don't go into the mind of things like this. I will not go into the mind part because I feel like where your mind was that day, it's not wise to do that without cleansing and proper meditation and prayer. So I will not go into your mind, but I will let you speak. So As far as what we know now, that it is confirmed that you are the culprit, you were the culprit. I think a lot of people speculated that, but hey, when you got money and great representation, you can walk. I feel that's one of the reasons you did. So, and you also had a great team behind you helping you cover up stuff, you know, like your sister, your lover, this and that. So that's a great thing. All right. Not a great thing, but a great thing for a cover up is what I'm saying. So let me go ahead and get you in the mix here. And there's no animosity here, no judgment. So we don't need no bad things going on. All right. I definitely get you at that breakfast table. I do. You're looking at the people you know are not going to be here. In a way, it's almost like what they consider that psychopathic stare, if you will. You know who you're angry at. You know who you're projecting this to. And definitely the way that you murdered your father, there's so much passion in that killing. It was personal. I wanted to do more, but I didn't have time. I was so angry. And I wanted to feel the blood on my skin and just splashing everywhere. It just gave me great gratification. It was like a sweet revenge. Because no one would listen to me. Nobody would understand. When I would try to voice my dreams and my emotions and how I was feeling, it was just brushed off and always started an argument. I wanted to leave. I wanted to have my own life. Whatever that was that people discriminated against, this is who I was. This is who I wanted to be. I didn't want judgment. Okay, that's very interesting. Can you go more into like your father? What's kind of going on there? I didn't want to be around him. I don't like his energy. I don't like him. He's greedy. He's selfish. He's mean. He's just an evil man. Okay. All right. We kind of figured that from what we picked up in the reading, Lizzie. Absolutely. That he's not a good person or a good father. And I'm so sorry that you had to endure that type of life. Even as a child, I'm so sorry. It's kind of why you did the murders, I think. Yes, I wanted to get back at him. I wanted to show him I don't need you. I don't need you around. I can do this thing by myself. I just want to live. I felt like a caged bird that could never get out. And I wanted out so bad, so bad. And as we're going into this, I can hear the birds chirping in the background. you're here. Your presence is here. And something significant about birds. You feel like they're free. They can fly, they live without judgment or someone trying to suppress them. But yet I hated birds too, because that's what they represented to me, was being free and living and flying wherever they want to be. And I couldn't do that. I took a lot of my rage and anger out on things. Okay. All right. She just keeps saying, I wanted to be free. I wanted to be free. It's so understandable, Lizzie. Yes. I feel your suppression. I can't imagine living like a caged bird most of your life. And then to think, oh, now you could go to jail and be caged as well for the things that you've done. You're saying absolutely not. That wasn't going to happen. That's the point. I wanted to be free. I wanted to be free of that life. Okay. I would have done anything to prevent going to jail for what I did. And people that really love me understood. They understood. So you're speaking of your lover and sister, I feel. The people closest to you. No, there were so many others. Okay, you know other people too that understood why this kind of happened, but were determined not to voice anything to protect you. People that knew your father and how he was. He was a very cold, evil man. I want to see something easy for you. Notice how I'm using a lot of compassion and understanding and sympathy in this reading for her circumstances, okay? Even though she was very privileged, I feel a little spoiled, but you know why, okay? Show me Lizzie's father. Show me Lizzie's father. Show me. Yeah, your father trapped you. He's got the nerve to want war. He watched you. He wanted you all to himself, and he wanted to control you for his own gratification. He's a predator. He used you, and he's very dark, and he hurt you, I know. Very strange man. Very strange. But speaking of your father, he hurt you for a long time. Both of you want justice, and he has the nerve to think something happened to him. We're probably talking about a very narcissistic person. Give me a card to show me Lizzie's father. Oh, here we go. Hello, Lizzie's father. Hello. But goodbye. I can't imagine living with that demon. It has created a beast within yourself. his energy. You created this. You did this to yourself. And then you got the nerve to say you want blind justice. Boy, bye. Put you back in the box where you belong. All right. I knew this one was going to sting. All right. How far back was this happening to you? The abuse in so many ways. This happened very long ago. I know, I'm aware of when this happened. Some things I will not share with you. I understand, because I feel like it was a time that talking about stuff like this, y'all, it just was prohibited. You just don't talk about sexual abuse as a female. You just don't. You know, this was a time I feel that was very prohibited, and you just didn't do it. It was very shameful, you know, and that's why a lot of victims and a lot of people that this happened to, especially women then, did not come out with their stories. And it was very common. And men at that time just had so much power over women. And again, especially for women to come out with this, it's just like she said, it's very shameful and a disgrace. So I understand that you feel that type of way, as if you were still in that era, you know. But I will let you know this is 2024, and so many victims have come out, and so many people feel that it's okay to voice the things that have happened to them. So if you do feel free, there is no judgment here from the viewers, especially victims themselves that are watching. There's no judgment, and there should not be any judgment. So if you do want to discuss it, it's fine. Okay, she's like signing and saying, he used to take me upstairs all the time. It's in his room. He felt shameful going in her room for some reason. Like, it was the reason he wanted total control. It had to be his way, his circumstance. He felt some kind of shame or guilt doing that in her room, which is crazy. Then again, we're talking about a crazy person doing crazy things. Okay. My mother never knew. So we're not talking about her stepmother. My mother never knew. Either her mother wasn't around, or she just didn't know. I need to look into what happened with your mother. I just get, was she just not around? Was she already deceased or something crazy? Or she just wasn't emotionally present? It's something I need to look into. Why is I'm getting a great sense of absence from her mother, her real mother. That's why he started to turn to you. The mother wasn't present. Okay, I need to figure out which one is saying like she's not physically present or she's not just not emotionally present. I gotta figure that one out. Again, her father was a very abusive, cold man. I'm stunned. That's what it's. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So she's saying, do you see this in my hand? Do you see this weapon? I see it. What does that mean? It means I wanted war. I was tired. Yes, I did gather that in the reading. I wish I could take it back, but what is done is done. Now that is a fact. You made a conscious decision to go forward that morning. And you got gratification out of it. Did you really get what you were seeking? Y'all, we gotta be careful what we do. She's saying that followed her. It's still following her. Like it's even I feel on the other side it's stalking her, if you will. I know it's hard. Trust me, I'm not talking from a place where she is at internally. I'm not. I can't phantom what she went through. I cannot. There is no judgment, no blame here. I mean, I know you known as the scary axe killer. You know, they've hyped the situation without the proper knowledge and understanding of why people do what they do. It's crazy. It's crazy. And ladies, there was no help for stuff like that then. Okay? It was shameful to even, a disgrace to even talk about things like this as a female. All right? Put yourself in her shoes. All right. And you're saying you just went crazy, you just went berserk with the axe. Yeah, I see that. It's a very horrible scene. You're just waving it all around and I'm seeing you with no clothes on. So that you could feel the blood. That was like like if you go to war with somebody, it's like, it's a good feeling to you. It's like, sweet revenge. Yeah. It's very spiritual. Very. Just like, I guess, when the Indians would scout people, it's a feeling. It's like, I win. You know what I mean? It's that type of thing. What do you feel we can learn from this, or what would you like to bring to the table that would not only clear you as this crazed axe killer, but something we can learn and take with us from this reading? Because we kind of get the gist of it, what happened, why it happened. So now what? How do we grow from this? What do we get out of this situation, Lizzie? So always think about your actions and the consequence of what comes with it. You know what, Lizzie? That is beautiful. That is a great lesson for today as well. Again, no judgment. I can't imagine the rage that was brewing inside. There is no judgment, none. I don't feel that you're a bad spirit. I feel you were in a bad situation. If you did develop any bad traits, it is very understandable, and I'm just sorry this happened, and that you're still being haunted with the consequence of what you've done. Even in the afterlife, I'm so sorry. But unfortunately, things we do here does follow us even when we close our eyes, And I think that's a message we all need to bear in mind. And I thank you so much for not only explaining how anger can cause things to happen, and especially when you hold it in and you're not able to voice or talk to someone about it, just makes it even worse. Because I feel like that's what happened. Something was brewing inside of you that you wanted out so bad. But again, you were saying at that time you just could not say or tell certain things. And especially coming from a prominent family, I get it. And again, I'm so sorry this happened to you. I'm so sorry. And you are free to leave, and you are free from this reading. I appreciate it. Okay, so she's leaving now with her head in shame, and she's saying, "Thank you for letting me be heard. I cannot take away her judgment on the other side, but I can take it away here." You know what I mean? I cannot take it away her consequence, but I wish I could. I wish I could. Because it's like she had to live in shame here, and then she's got to live in shame even in death because of her choice. And that's just mind-blowing. So we've learned something today, y'all, about rage, about how we need to get it together, about how we do have sources now, and how we can talk to people now about things like this instead of letting them brew inside. Y'all, we got to deal with our issues. We are not in an era now where that's unable to be done. But even now, it is still difficult, I'm not saying we have great resources for mental issues and emotional issues, because I don't feel we do, even in 2024. But it is a time where we can voice these things. And if anyone's going through something like this, or you feel like you're trapped in a situation, as you can see, this is not the solution. It is not a great spiritual solution because everything we do here follows us there. And we have to keep that in mind, okay? Yes, the people who hurt her are paying as well. This is how this works. But again, the things we do follows us, literally, all right? So be careful about that. And again, if you're in a situation where you feel like you, as she was explaining, is a caged bird, okay? Talk to someone. Talk to someone about how you're feeling, your issues, what you're going through. Reach out to people who care and love you and try to find a better solution, okay? With that said, I'm just feeling the feelings from this. Hold on a minute. I told y'all we go in depth, okay? She's not just some crazy ex-murderer. She's someone who was in a circumstance that did not see another way out, all right? So, oh, this is so mind-blowing. Whew. All right. Let me say a quick prayer for myself to be protected from that energy. Oh, Lord. All right, y'all. You know what to do. This is the Lizzie Borden, or however you pronounce it, case. Please like, share, subscribe. The donation links are up. Y'all know what to do. Let's get these views and subscriptions up and these likes so that we can get the truth out there, okay? And again, I thank you so much for watching about Lizzie Borden today. All right. Y'all have a great day. Thank you so much.